Alright, it's really breezy this morning, but I want to test out the gears that I changed. Last flight a little while back, I was doing some flips with this, some inverted flying, and I'm not sure if it was the secondary gear or the primary gear or maybe something in between. Got loose and I was getting like a wee spinning action, so I took everything apart last night. I redid the connections and everything else here. I tightened up all the screws, so hopefully if it keeps winding, then it's the actual bearings in the clutch in there, in the one-way clutch. So I'm gonna connect it right now. I'm not gonna fly it too high. It's very breezy and ugly, but at least it'll be a good test for the blades right now. See exactly what's going on. Alright, we're all connected and ready. I'm going to spin out the blades a little bit. I got my timer, even though I have a beeper on there, I got my timer at 6 minutes 50 seconds, what I usually fly with this. I doubt I'm going to fly that long. I just want to see how it behaves. I'm so used to the quadcopters lately and the hexacopters where you got to unlock the motors first. Forget with a helicopter, it's ready to go. Yeah, it looks pretty smooth. I'm barely touching the control there and it's very windy now. The controls are reacting pretty good. Pretty smooth. You move over so I'm facing the wind. A little tilt to the right, but that could just be the breeze. And for those of you who haven't seen my older videos, this is the Walkera. Whoa, good breeze. 450D01. The Walkera V450D01. It's a really good 3D helicopter for starting off. If you've already done the minis, it's very windy. I'm gonna bring it down. Yeah, it's super breezy. Okay, I'm happy with the blades. Next step will be the park. Let me go ahead and put my safety on. There you go. The safety on the quadcopter is what, on the helicopter is what kills the motor, so you can accelerate all you want and it doesn't move. So especially if you're walking around with it and you haven't unplugged it yet, make sure you have your safety on, which is also a throttle kill or throttle hold, some people refer to it. So, alright, I guess it works well. So I'm taking it back to the park. Hopefully it's not as bad tomorrow morning. Maybe I'll go like at 7 a.m. or something. This is the Walkera. Hold on, let me unplug it so I see the fly barless there going a little crazy. There we go. Alright, it did pretty good for itself. It didn't get the weird spin out. Again, I didn't flip it or do anything crazy with it. But for you guys that have flown the mini helicopters and the little mini CPs and have gotten a little comfortable with collective pitch, or not ready to go into like the big 550s, 650s, or even 700-800s, this is a very good 450. If you can afford, obviously, the Align Trex, then go with that. You know, go with the 450 in that sense. But if you're on a budget and you want something that's almost a clone or a copy of the T-Rex, a lot of the parts, actually, these gears are from the T-Rex 450 in there. I like these bottom gears, but they actually bring a little blade there, if you notice, and it helps cool off the ESCs under here. So back to this. Very nice unit. It's fly barless. It already has a fly barless controller. Has a nice range. You don't go too far with this anyway, so there's no point going crazy on the range. Very easy, very clean to work with. Only got a couple of big bones to worry about. The battery on these things is about 2200. Let me go ahead and open this up. Right here, 2200 milliamp. You can go a little bigger, but truthfully, after about 7 minutes of flying with this thing and doing stunts, just swap out the battery. Don't go too crazy. I tend to use these little testers from Hobby King, even though I have a timer, to kind of give me the heads up that the battery's going down. And the body itself is very clean, very open. I did have before little camera on the bottom, and for I can do some filming while I'm up there. But then once I got into like the UAVs, the drones, the hexacopters, and the FPV racers, there's no point putting a camera on this. The camera's a lot smoother than the other one. So this is more for, keep it light, keep it simple, be able to do stunts and flips and fly around. So I'm not putting anything in here. I mean, before I had LED kits, and I had so much stuff in here that you can barely see inside. So now it's going to fly very, very light, which I like. And it's going to be really easy to manage. Like I said, it's pretty windy out there. I flew for a couple of minutes. It hovered very well. I didn't get that winding noise, so I'm happy. And we'll fly it tomorrow in the park and see what it does.